Welcome back to our journey through the fascinating world of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime's light novel. Let's continue from the last part, where we left.
The man in the wheelchair, Ludora, spoke to a woman with blue hair, the Marshal of the Empire. They discussed the decision to go on the offensive despite opposition from Ghidorah, a realist. Ludora revealed his agreement with Guy to show his strength as king. Then, he asked Velgrind, a true dragon known for her fiery nature, for her perspective on the upcoming events. Velgrind, older than Veldora and immortal like him, symbolized flames with her crimson-red appearance. Velgrind, the flame dragon, assured Ludora that victory was certain. She expressed her intent to defeat the dwarves, humble the new demon lord, and assert Ludora's dominance with Guy as the ruler of the world. Comfortable with Ludora, she discussed her concerns about her younger brother's behavior since being unsealed. Despite his return, he seemed different, lacking his usual violent storms of magic. Ludora suggested they might defeat him with their combined force. Thry discussing their plans to humble the demon lord and gain an advantage in their game against Guy for world domination. To them, the outcome of their operation was inconsequential, it was merely a move in their ongoing competition. The game was simple: use their pawns to conquer territories, with the world as the board and monsters and humans as the pawns. Over time, the ownership of these pawns had shifted between Guy and Ludora, leading to a chaotic situation. However, as long as they avoided direct confrontation, they were free to maneuver their pawns as they pleased. Both sides understood the importance of not destroying the world, as it would result in a loss for everyone. Thus, they maintained a delicate balance to ensure the game continued without catastrophe. Now a new element had entered the game: the last true dragon, Veldora, and the primal demons. These elements were unpredictable and not bound by the rules of the game, allowing Guy and Ludora to either recruit or oppose them. Currently, Guy's pawn, the demon lord Leon, faced threats from John in his territory, while Violet posed a risk in the west and Blanc in the east. These demons possessed immense power and were immune to death. While it was possible to eliminate them with careful planning, Ludora and Velgrind believed it wiser to negotiate and gain their allegiance instead of resorting to costly sacrifices. This strategic approach was considered the best move against Guy in their ongoing competition. If Velgrind decided to fight Blanc, it would cause immense damage to the region, which they deemed an unrealistic option. Additionally, the Western nations were now acting independently, led by Luminous, who had established a monotheistic religion. Despite knowing Luminous was a demon lord, her religion had gained significant influence, unifying the people of the West politically. By the time Ludora gained control of the East, the West had also united. As a result, the competition between Guy and Ludora reached a stalemate. Velgrind mentioned the difficulty posed by heroes Cronoa and Granville in attacking the West, suggesting that their appearance thwarted Ludora's victory. Ludora speculated that these obstacles might have been orchestrated by Veldonova as a trial, reflecting his penchant for complex schemes. They exchanged knowing smiles, reminiscing about past challenges. But now Ludora remarked, "All the pieces are in play, and victory is within reach. It's time to checkmate Guy." And Velgrind concurred, nodding. Indeed, Ludora agreed. Guy aims to provoke conflict between you and Veldora to exploit any vulnerabilities, reflecting on missed opportunities. Velgrind mentioned the failed campaign against Veldora. If she had joined, Veldora wouldn't have posed a threat, but Guy would have capitalized on the aftermath. Planning moves with the foresight required for a true dragon, Ludora was encouraged by the intelligence gathered by his network of spies. Ludora reflected on the recent developments, acknowledging that their long-awaited plans had finally come to fruition with the removal of significant obstacles. Luminous, once revered as a deity, was unmasked as a demon lord, along with her entourage, weakening their influence. Granville's demise further eased tensions in the West. With his Armageddon power ready for use, Ludora felt confident in their imminent victory. Meanwhile, Guy's lack of control over the demon lords meant they posed little threat to Ludora's ambitions. Then they emphasizing the need to capitalize on their advantage swiftly. Ludora expressed confidence in his ability to manipulate Veldora during the upcoming battle using his Regalia Dominion power. Despite Velgrind's concern for Ludora's well-being, he brushed it off, acknowledging the toll his repeated reincarnations took on his soul. He knew that resting like Ghidorah wasn't an option for him, as it would lead to his powers being sealed again. This time, Ludora faced a unique situation. Unlike previous incarnations, he had no concubines or empresses, meaning he hadn't fathered a son who could inherit his powers. This was intentional, as passing on his abilities to a son would delay the use of his Armageddon skill due to the child's need to mature. Velgrind worried about Ludora's mental and physical fatigue caused by his prolonged buildup of power. Ludora's reluctance to pass on his powers to a son stemmed from his desire to settle the score with Guy without delay, despite the toll it took on him. As Velgrind gazed at Ludora, she couldn't hide her sadness. She asked him about his remaining time, but Ludora assured her he wouldn't falter until he completed his world conquest. Despite her doubts, Ludora's determination strengthened her resolve. They shared a moment of affection before Ludora expressed his confidence in winning. The next day, a mighty military force departed from the Empire towards Tempest, marking the beginning of an unprecedented conflict.
That's it for today, guys, and thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for next chapter. Until then, goodbye.